Chapter 11. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Fan was right, he could really get a critical hit reward. In this way, he could accumulate a lot of wealth in Lingyun mountain range through Ye Yuqing, whether it was the demon pill or these materials. If he found a channel, he could exchange them for the universal currency of this world, that is, Lingshi. Lingshi can not only be used for cultivation, but also for purchasing more advanced pills or materials. I just don't know how much these things cost. If you don't know the business, you'll be easily ripped off. Chen Fan looked at so many materials in his backpack, and what he was most worried about was being ripped off. Chen Fan, what's going on? Why are these things in the backpack? As someone who has never played a game, and may not even know what a game is, Ye Yuqing can't understand this situation quickly. Chen Fan also sighed helplessly. It was a very simple thing, but he had to explain it again. This is so. After Chen Fan explained it in detail, Ye Yuqing finally understood. It's very simple. For this kind of marked monster, after killing it, something will fall into your backpack. There is such a good thing, which saves a lot of trouble. It seems that as a contestant in the secret realm, we still have certain advantages. But will this help with cultivation? Ye Yuqing asked curiously. Yes, on the one hand, actual combat is the fastest way to improve cultivation. On the other hand, these monster pills and materials obtained can be exchanged for other treasures that help cultivation. In short, it's a sure win. Next, we will use 5 days to hunt as many monsters as possible. We don't have much time. We must be on the gold list within a month. Chen Fan said seriously. Hearing Chen Fan's words, Ye Yuqing also nodded seriously. I always thought that Chen Fan didn't care about these things, but now it seems that I have wronged him. Chen Fan, although you are not suitable for cultivation, you know more than me. Then please help me get familiar with everything here as much as possible. When I become stronger, I will definitely find a way to improve your cultivation. We are teammates. I don't want you to be eliminated in the first round. Perhaps for Ye Yuqing, there is no such thing as not abandoning or giving up, but deep in her heart, she does not want Chen Fan to be eliminated. Although Chen Fan's performance is mediocre, his importance to Ye Yuqing is too obvious. After entering the secret realm, it is equivalent to being guided and led by Chen Fan all the way. If there is no Chen Fan, Ye Yuqing may not know anything now, let alone have the cultivation of the innate realm. Don't worry, I will find a way not to be eliminated. The current priority is to kill the monster. Okay, let's continue. Ye Yuqing nodded, and then continued to kill the monster under the leadership of Chen Fan. Have you noticed? There seems to be something we can't see. Yes, what was the white light that appeared after Ye Yuqing killed the swordtail snake just now? Also, the content of their communication just now seems to be equipment explosion. Since it has been live broadcast, why don't you let us see everything? That golden mark is definitely not simple, but for some reason, we can't see it. Fuck, this is too torturous. I want to see what is exploded. Now I am more curious, why does Chen Fan know so much? He is simply a walking encyclopedia in the secret realm. Well, now it seems that Chen Fan's role is not small, and he has not embarrassed the men of Longwa. Compared with players from other countries, I apologize to Chen Fan for my previous remarks. He is definitely not ordinary, let alone a waste. After so many things, especially after being compared with his peers, the people of Longwa have begun to have a certain degree of change in their views on Chen Fan. Although Ye Yuqing is still doing the hard work now, everyone seems to understand, who told Chen Fan that he was not suitable for cultivation. But one civil and one martial, one man and one woman, seemed to work well together. For a whole day, Ye Yuqing didn't know how many second-level monsters she had hunted. Among them were second-level primary monsters and second-level intermediate monsters, and her strength and cultivation seemed to have improved a lot. Received 100 times crit reward from teammates. Teammates' cultivation was upgraded to the 4th level of the innate realm, with 100 times crit, and the cultivation was upgraded to the 2nd level of the extraordinary realm. Improved. Ye Yuqing could never have imagined that he could improve his cultivation level in a day of fighting without any training. little did he know that Ye Yuqing had an innate spiritual body. As long as his spiritual power was sufficient, his cultivation level would naturally break through actual combat. His cultivation level became more stable and his speed of absorbing spiritual energy became faster. Innate 4th level. However, we have been here for 7 days now, and the last person on the gold list must be at the 5th level of the supernatural realm. Do we really have a chance? That the more he understood the difficulty. Ye Yuqing is now very nervous. There are still more than 20 days to cross 2 major realms before he can be on the list. As for the first place, Ye Yuqing dare not hope for it. Where there is a will, there is a way. I will find a way to let you break through to the extraordinary realm within 7 days. Stay here for another day tomorrow, and then we will get up and leave here. With so many treasures, we have to find a place to exchange for better resources. Chen Fan said with a smile. Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll be responsible for hunting monsters, and you'll decide the rest. Unconsciously, the dominant relationship between the two has been completely controlled by Chen Fan. Even Ye Yuqing thinks this is reasonable and there is nothing wrong with it. At this time, Chen Fan looked at the 6-digit monster pills and other materials in his backpack and fell into deep thought. Such a huge fortune may also cause a lot of trouble. You must find a place with absolute reputation and strength to make a move, otherwise, you will definitely be targeted by someone with ulterior motives. Hey, if there is a map. Chen Fan missed the map of the game very much. If there is such a function here, at least you can avoid a lot of detours. Unfortunately, the reality is that there is no such function. Chen Fan, what are you doing? This is Lingyun Mountain Range, surrounded by monsters. It's very dangerous for you to do this. Although Ye Yuqing doesn't know much, she also knows that in the wild, if you make a fire rashly, it may attract the attention of more monsters. At this time, Chen Fan was actually lighting a fire. Don't worry, monsters are very territorial and will not rashly break into other monsters' territories. We killed so many monsters around us during the day, and the smell of blood will keep many monsters away. As for those stronger monsters, their activity range is not nearby. Don't you want to eat some barbecue? I don't know if monster meat is delicious, so I prepared a lot. Speaking of which, I haven't eaten since I came in. Chen Fan said with a smile. After hearing Chen Fan's words, Ye Yuqing finally understood why Chen Fan had gotten so many monster corpses before. She originally thought that they had other uses and that they were used to eat. Come to think of it, I don't seem to have eaten anything either. I have been practicing all the time, so I... Wait, what did you say? You haven't eaten for 7 days. Chapter 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If you don't eat for 7 days, won't you be starved to death? But looking at Chen Fan's situation, how can he look like a person who is about to starve to death? Ye Yuqing cannot eat because her cultivation is relatively high, and she can completely replace food by absorbing the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. What about Chen Fan? I don't know, I'm just not hungry. I want to eat something. It's safe because of habit, just to satisfy the appetite. Maybe because we are contestants, we don't need to eat. Chen Fan made up a reason. Chen Fan didn't want to keep hiding his cultivation, it's just that for a moment, he didn't know how to explain it. Besides, now they don't know everything about the land of immortality, they don't know the situation in the real world either. To be safe, they should choose to keep a low profile as much as possible before being exposed for the first time on the list. Oh. Is that so? Ye Yuqing frowned slightly, expressing some doubts, but didn't ask more questions. Chen Fan, when we just entered the secret realm, you asked me what talent I had. Do you remember? Ye Yuqing suddenly looked at Chen Fan and asked. Yes, I remember. Why? Do you have talent? Chen Fan asked. Indeed, mine is comprehension. As for yours, I have almost guessed it. Ye Yuqing smiled confidently, looking at Chen Fan's eyes, as if to say, I already know your secret. Chen Fan was stunned at first, and then asked, did you guess it? Of course, I'm not a fool. After entering the secret realm, you know so much about all this. But you are not suitable for cultivation. I think since we are teammates, you should have auxiliary abilities. So I guess you should have a talent similar to the encyclopedia of the land of immortality. Am I right? After saying that, Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan with a slightly smug look in her eyes, wanting to see the stunned look in the other's eyes. At this time, Chen Fan was indeed very surprised. How did you associate this with this? And he looked so confident. Yes, you're right. You're really smart. Chen Fan nodded and didn't continue to dwell on this topic. Chen Fan kept his head down and continued to study the barbecue business, and Chen Fan's silence, in Ye Yuqing's view, meant that she had guessed it right. Chen Fan felt a little embarrassed, so he kept silent. Fuck, Ye Yuqing is too smart, right? I love this woman more and more. Strong, talented, and so smart, she's too perfect, isn't she? So entering the secret realm will give you talent. Oh, this should be a secret. Aren't you afraid that people from other countries will hear it? It's useless to hear it, unless they can contact the players in the secret realm. Ye Yuqing's talent is actually comprehension, no wonder her cultivation level has improved so quickly. I didn't expect Chen Fan's talent to be encyclopedia, it really became a walking encyclopedia. It seems that we have all wronged Chen Fan before. He is not ordinary, but he has different talents. That's right. Each of them has his own duties. This combination may not be bad. Not bad at all. A man, playing a supporting role on the side. Let a woman charge into battle. Not shameful enough. Fuck, anyway, I just don't like this Chen Fan. He is useless except for talking. The audience of Longwa was talking a lot, while other countries were actually paying attention to other players from various countries, especially focusing on Chen Fan and the two people from Longwa. When they got the news, they reported it to the top leaders as soon as possible. Now, countries around the world that have the ability are trying their best to study how to enter the secret realm and contact the secret realm. It's a pity that the time is too short and there has not been much progress. Sizzle. The sizzling monster meat on the bonfire exudes an attractive aroma. It had been a long time since I smelled such a strong meaty aroma, and Chen Fan couldn't help but swallow his saliva. Even Ye Yuqing, who was practicing on the side, couldn't help but look towards the place where the fragrance came from. It's a pity that there is no seasoning, otherwise it would be perfect. It's ready, come and eat. Chen Fan glanced at Ye Yuqing and didn't plan to eat alone. Ye Yuqing thought about it, and finally couldn't resist the temptation of delicious food. Not hungry and not greedy, these are two completely different things. After all, everyone used to be an ordinary person, and the habit and desire of eating could not disappear all of a sudden. It's a little hot, be careful. After Chen Fan handed Ye Yuqing a piece, he reminded her. Ye Yuqing nodded. Cherry little she blew on the barbecue and then took a bite. It smells so good. It's very tender. There is no seasoning and it doesn't affect the taste. After eating it, it seems very comfortable. Ye Yuqing felt very comfortable eating the barbecue. Not only was her appetite satisfied, but she really felt that there seemed to be a heat flowing through her body. Chen Fan was also stunned when he heard Ye Yuqing's words. Comfortable? Chen Fan also took a big bite. To be honest, I was worried before that the meat of this monster would be too hard and too dry. I didn't expect it to taste so good, and the taste was definitely not bad. Is it because the monster's body has the spiritual energy of heaven and earth? It seems, something is really wrong. It seems that there is a weak energy in the body, which is very comfortable. Chen Fan also found this feeling and then hurriedly ate the barbecue. After a while, Chen Fan had eaten all the monster meat that he had just roasted. It seems that there have been some changes in my body. It seems that the increase is qi and blood. Strength, that the increase was too little, and Chen Fan couldn't figure out what it was for a moment. Wait a minute, I'll roast some more meat. As he said that, Chen Fan continued to roast the meat. This time, Chen Fan roasted all the monster meat that he had prepared earlier. After roasting, Chen Fan directly piled all of it in front of Ye Yuqing. Eat it all. As soon as these words came out, Ye Yuqing's eyes widened. So much roasted meat, and let me eat it? Do you think you are a glutton? If you want to improve your strength quickly, listen to me and eat. Chen Fan's words directly made Ye Yuqing give up the preparation for resistance. Okay, I'll eat it. Ye Yuqing didn't care about her image, and she ate the roasted meat directly. As she ate more barbecue, Ye Yuqing felt the warm energy in her body getting stronger. Get a 100-fold increase from teammates. Teammate successfully upgraded his body to bronze body, 100-fold crit, and upgraded his body to silver body. Body? Could it be that, body refining? Eating monster meat can actually achieve the effect of body refining? But, this is only second-level monster meat, and the amount is not large, but it can make Ye Yuqing reach bronze body. Is it the legendary bronze skin and iron bones? Chen Fan. I feel like my body seems to have become stronger. Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan in shock, as if she wanted to get answers from Chen Fan. That's because you have successfully refined your body. Chapter 13. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Refining the body? What does this mean? Unlocking a new term made Ye Yuqing a little confused. She already knew what cultivation was, including techniques, martial arts, etc. But what about refining the body? Exercising the body? Eating meat to exercise the body? Isn't this too weird? Chen Fan, what does this refining the body mean? Is it different from cultivation? Ye Yuqing asked puzzledly. There is a difference, a big difference. Cultivation is to absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, and through the practice, improve one's own cultivation, so as to make oneself stronger. Physical training is the practice of the whole body, that is to say, it does not need to use any martial arts to break all methods. The stronger the physical training strength, the stronger the strength and defense will be. For example, you are in the 4th level of the Xiantian realm, facing an enemy of the same realm. With the same practice, the same martial arts, and the same strength, he punches you, and the damage is only 80%. But when you punch the other person, it can be 100%, or even 120% damage. And when your physical training strength is strong to a certain extent, even people who are stronger than you cannot cause harm to you. The highest level of physical training can even achieve the immortality of the physical body. Chen Fan's words shocked Ye Yuqing greatly. Unexpectedly, physical training is so useful. I didn't expect that body training is so powerful. Can you actually compete with cultivators with the power of your physical body? Even immortal? However, since eating monster meat can train your body, can't everyone do it? Ye Yuqing asked the question in her mind. At this time, Chen Fan was also thinking about this question. Is it only them who can do it, or can everyone in the land of immortality do it? However, Chen Fan guessed that it might not be the case, otherwise, there would not be enough monsters to kill. I guess not everyone can do it, at least, the aborigines shouldn't. Don't think about it now, improving your strength as soon as possible is the kingly way. If there are people, that while Chen Fan was talking, he suddenly sensed the breath of other people's activities. Someone? Ye Yuqing was stunned at first, and after waiting for a while, she sensed someone. There are really people. How did you find out? Ye Yuqing didn't expect that Chen Fan actually discovered the breath of other people's activities before herself. I just felt it. I can't be useless, right? Chen Fan said with a smile. Really? Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan with suspicion, feeling that she couldn't see through him. Could it be that her previous guess was not necessarily correct? I hope the people coming are indigenous people. The two waited for a while, and 2 figures appeared in the darkness. The 2 were very cautious, standing in the distance, observing for a while, and then slowly approached. When the 2 walked in, Chen Fan found that they were also a man and a woman. They looked older than Chen Fan and the other party should be in their early 20s. Sorry, we didn't mean to disturb you. We just found a fire here, so we came to take a look. This is Lingyan Mountain Range. There are many monsters. Aren't you afraid of attracting other monsters? Hearing the young man's words, Chen Fan smiled and said, Do you think there are monsters coming now? Well, it's really a bit strange. We didn't find any traces of monsters along the way. The young man said with some doubts. By the way, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Su Bei from the Su family in Fengwu City. This is my friend, Weningqi, who is also from Fengwu City. Chen Fan smiled and nodded at the two of them. The strength of these two people is both in the innate realm. Su Bei is the 5th level of innate, and Weningqi is the 4th level of innate. They should also be genius disciples of a family. Not all genius disciples of a family are monsters, but the two of them are in their 20s and have such strength, which is reasonable. Chen Fan. Ye Yuqing. Chen Fan and Ye Yuqing also introduced themselves, and then Su Bei and the others sat down by the campfire. Looking at your clothes, you don't seem to be from our northern border. Are you from somewhere else? Su Bei asked curiously. Xiantian sect. Huh? Xiantian sect. You two are actually here to find Xiantian sect. Hearing the 3 words Xiantian sect, Su Bei's heart was immediately shocked. You know, the strongest person in Xiantian sect is the 1st level of Dao Palace realm, which is an absolutely powerful existence. Although Xiantian sect is not the strongest sect in the northern border, it is definitely not bad and can be ranked in the top 5. It is far beyond the reach of their family. I really didn't expect that I would have the honor to meet Xiantian sect disciples. No wonder this Miss Yi, at such a young age, has the strength of the 4th level of the innate realm. As for you, Brother Chen. Su Bei stared at Chen Fan for a few times, but could not detect Chen Fan's strength. Horrible, too terrifying. This Chen Fan and Ye Yuqing are of similar age, but his strength is unfathomable. It is worthy of Xiantian sect. It is really terrifying. I didn't expect that Brother Chen has such unfathomable strength at such a young age. Su really admires it. Su Bei said with emotion. Su Bei's words made Ye Yuqing on the side obviously stunned. Unfathomable. How can you see it? Fuck, this guy named Su Bei is a 2-armed man, right? Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. He actually said that Chen Fan is unfathomable. How can he be so deep? This aboriginal is so funny. He can kill Chen Fan with just one slap, but he thinks Chen Fan is powerful. Look at Chen Fan. His acting is so good. He is so steady. He doesn't blush or breathe heavily. His face is so thick. He is invincible. Not to mention that Ye Yuqing didn't understand, the audience of Longguo was also amused by this Su Bei. Brother Su, you are joking. There is no such thing as unfathomable. He is just an ordinary person. Chen Fan said with a smile. Brother Chen is too low-key. If you are an ordinary person, then wouldn't we be like children? But since Brother Chen likes to be low-key, I won't say anything. It seems that the two of you are so carefree here. It must be because of Brother Chen's strength that other monsters are afraid and dare not approach. Su Bei said with a smile. Hearing this, Chen Fan waved his hand. Ye Yuqing was stunned by his modest expression. Did he take it seriously? Did he really think it was because of him? Ye Yuqing shook her head helplessly, and did not expose Chen Fan. It would not affect her anyway. By the way, how much do you know about demon pills? It is the first time for us brothers and sisters to leave the sect. We got a lot of demon pills, but I don't know how valuable they are. Chen Fan happened to meet the natives, and he would not miss this opportunity to get information. It seems that you two should have made a good harvest. I know a little about demon pills. Chapter 14. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Through the conversation with Su Bei, Chen Fan and Ye Yuqing have learned about the prices of demon pills and other materials. Although the first-level demon pill is more common and easier to obtain, but a first-level demon pill also requires 10 low-grade spirit stones. The price of the second-level demon pill is more expensive, ranging from 800 to 1000 low-grade spirit stones. As for the price, it depends on the quality of the demon pill. On the one hand, it is the strength of the demon beast itself, and on the other hand, when obtaining the demon pill, if the demon pill is damaged during the process of taking it out, the effect will be greatly reduced. As for other materials, it also ranges from dozens to hundreds of low-grade spirit stones, and the third-level demon pill is already considered a high-end product. After all, this is equivalent to the strength of the extraordinary realm, and not everyone can have the ability to obtain the third-level demon pill. The price is between 80 and 100 middle-grade spirit stones. Chen Fan took a look at his backpack and calculated it. He could only say that it was worth a lot of money and was definitely a considerable income, but there is no third-level demon pill, which is a pity. Whether it's for body training or to get more spirit stones, it seems necessary to get a third-level monster. But, how can Ye Yuqing make the final blow reasonably? That this question has always troubled Chen Fan, and made him dare not rashly take Ye Yuqing to find a third-level monster. It's not that Chen Fan really doesn't want to hide his strength in front of Ye Yuqing. There is only one purpose for hiding, that is to make Ye Yuqing willing to be a thug. Once his strength is exposed, he has no reason to let Ye Yuqing take action all the time. Expose it directly. Then PUA her. Or can you delay it for a day? Let her continue to work as a laborer first. Chen Fan was thinking, and for a moment, he didn't make up his mind. By the way, Brother Chen, if you want to sell the treasures produced by demon pills and demon beasts, you can go to our Fengwu city. Although our Fengwu city cannot compare with the big sects, it is also very prosperous. Especially Fengwu city has an auction house, which is more suitable for Brother Chen. Seeing Chen Fan bowed his head and said nothing, Su Bei began to recommend Chen Fan on his own. Auction house. Is it formal? Auction house is a good place to go. Generally, those who can afford to open an auction house are all wealthy and have a strong foundation. Of course it is formal. The owner behind this auction house is the Nanli royal family, which is absolutely safe. You two are disciples of Xiantian sect, and the Nanli royal family will not offend you easily. Maybe, for the sake of Xiantian sect, they will sell it to you at a good price. But why didn't you two wear the clothes of Xiantian sect disciples when you went out? As disciples of a sect, most of them would wear sect clothes when they went out. In this way, the sect's strength can be used to deter some people with bad intentions. Chen Fan didn't have it, and Ye Yuqing didn't dare to change it. I don't know if this can represent the identity of a disciple of Xiantian sect. Ye Yuqing knew Chen Fan's difficulties and guessed that he couldn't answer for a while, so she took out a jade pendant from her pocket. This jade pendant. The jade pendant of the elder of Xiantian sect. Are you an elder of Xiantian sect? Seeing this jade pendant, Su Bei and Weningqi's eyes changed drastically. Although they were surprised to meet someone from Xiantian sect, they never thought that the other party's identity was so high. Elder jade pendant? I don't know either. This is given to me by my master. This was a jade pendant given to Ye Yuqing by the supreme elder of Xiantian sect after she became a disciple. She herself didn't know what this jade pendant represented. Master? Excuse me, may I ask who your master is? Su Bei asked nervously. The Grand Elder of Xiantian sect. Hiss. The Grand Elder? It turned out to be him. This is the person with the highest seniority and the strongest power in Xiantian sect, no wonder he can have the Elder Jade Pendant. He is the direct disciple of the Grand Elder. His seniority is too high, it can be said that he is of the same generation as the sect master of Xiantian sect. No wonder it is not a disciple Jade Pendant. I didn't expect that your master is actually the Grand Elder of Xiantian sect. I was very rude before. Please don't mind. You are the direct disciple of the Grand Elder. Then who is Mr. Chen? Mr. Chen. After knowing Ye Yuqing's identity, Su Bei dared not call her brother anymore, and his way of addressing Chen Fan also changed. I am similar to her. There is no need to ask about other things. Just know it yourself. Chen Fan said lightly on the side. Oh. Are you also a direct disciple? I didn't expect that I could be able to. It is Su Bei's great honor to meet these two great men. However, Su has come to Lingyun Mountain this time for important matters, so I will not bother you any more. Goodbye, both of you. After learning the identities of the two, Su Bei hurriedly chose to say goodbye. Chen Fan did not stop him, after all, they just met by chance. Su Bei, why did you leave suddenly? They are from Xiantian sect. If we ask them for help, wouldn't it be? Ingqi, we have to leave because of their noble status. Most genius disciples have their own personalities and tempers. If they offend someone by mistake, the Su and Wen families will not be able to withstand the wrath of Xiantian sect. Don't relax your vigilance just because of their temporary harmony. Su Bei is obviously much more cautious than Wen Ingqi. It is certainly a good thing to make friends with people like Chen Fan, but the difference between the two sides is too great. If you are not careful, it will be a disaster. Chen Fan, why did they leave suddenly? Ye Yuqing was also a little confused about the sudden departure of these two people. This is a secret place of immortality, where the strong are respected and the fittest survive. We can't look at everything here with our original eyes. People's hearts are separated from their stomachs. He is worried about offending us and encountering a disaster. You have to know that here, offending people will kill you. It is very likely that a person's life or death will be determined during the conversation. Chen Fan explained. After hearing Chen Fan's explanation, Ye Yuqing understood, but she didn't really realize anything. Modern concepts are deeply rooted, and it is unrealistic for her to change immediately. Of course, if she had read books on this subject before, she might understand it, but unfortunately, she didn't have any knowledge in this regard. You practice well, I'm going to rest for a while. Okay. Ye Yuqing nodded, then closed her eyes and began to practice. After Chen Fan found a blind spot in Ye Yuqing's vision, he didn't really sleep. For now, it seems that I can only take action to subdue those third-level monsters first, and then let Ye Yuqing finish them off. Chen Fan has already made a plan. After Ye Yuqing was fully engaged in practice, Chen Fan's figure flashed and he disappeared into the night. Fuck, great discovery. Chen Fan acted alone. Chapter 15. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Different people have different tastes, although most Dragon Country citizens do not like Chen Fan. After all, he occupied one of the only two places, but his performance was mediocre, but there is nothing you can do about it. There are all kinds of birds in the forest. There are indeed a small number of Chen Fan's die-hard fans. This group of people is completely convinced by Chen Fan's cognition, although others say that Chen Fan is useless. In their opinion, the strange world of the land of immortality, having an encyclopedia is very important. Facts have also proved how helpless other countries' contestants are without Chen Fan's cognition. What a fast speed! Flash again. Damn, I was definitely right last time. Chen Fan can flash. It's so late. He asked Ye Yuqing to practice. Why did he run out alone? Awesome. Is Chen Fan pretending to be a pig to eat the tiger? Fuck, I was originally planning to sleep, but he just kept me awake. Exciting. In addition to the attention of this small wave of fans, the high-level officials of Longguo were also divided into two groups, keeping an eye on Chen Fan and Ye Yuqing all the time. Report, Chen Fan has taken action. According to the current live broadcast, Chen Fan does not seem to have no cultivation. At least, according to our previous judgment, Chen Fan's strength will not be weaker than Ye Yuqing. After hearing this report, the high-level officials of Longguo also hurriedly started watching the live broadcast, and directly chose Chen Fan's perspective to watch. When they saw Chen Fan's figure flashing and moving quickly in the Lingyun Mountains, a smile appeared on the faces of the high-level officials of Longguo. Sure enough. At first I felt that it was not a network lag. Yes, it took Chen Fan 3 days to reach Lingyun Mountain, and Ye Yuqing also took 3 days. That's enough to explain the problem. However, many people may not pay attention to this detail. But why did Chen Fan choose to hide his strength all the time? Perhaps, he has his own considerations for doing so. Chen Fan is definitely not simple. Chen Fan is powerful, which is beneficial to Dragon Country. How could the Dragon Country leaders not be excited? At this moment, the Dragon Country leaders stared at Chen Fan intently, wanting to see what he was going to do next. Cloud Domain. Chen Fan directly used the Cloud Domain. However, with his current cultivation and strength, he can only support a range of 10 meters, that is to say, within these 10 meters, Chen Fan can disappear into thin air and give the enemy a fatal blow. Fuck, I really admire this old man. Is he so fierce? Damn, a level 3 monster was killed in one blow. No, it seems not dead. Didn't I see the white light? Huh. What is he doing? No one expected that Chen Fan's strength was so strong that a level 3 monster was not a match for him in one blow. However, Chen Fan still held back a little when he attacked, and only knocked the monster unconscious, but did not kill it directly. After all, the job of finishing off the monster had to be left to Ye Yuqing. Incredible, Chen Fan has never practiced, how can he be so strong? You observe Chen Fan's perspective every day, have you found that he has practiced? Report, no signs of Chen Fan practicing were found. He has never practiced, but his strength is stronger than Ye Yuqing. How did he do it? This. I don't know. Observe, you must focus on observing Chen Fan in the future, maybe he is the real hope for the rise of our dragon country. Yes, Chen Fan himself knew that if he did this, the people of Dragon Country would definitely discover his strength, but he didn't care at all, as long as Ye Yuqing didn't know. In order to improve his strength as soon as possible, Chen Fan tried his best to capture the third-level monsters. A person shuttled through the Lingyun Mountains, and all his targets were third-level primary monsters. 3 hours later, Chen Fa had accumulated more than 100 third-level primary monsters. It's really a physical job. Fortunately, the body has reached the silver bone body. Chen Fan's behavior has made everyone who watched this scene numb. If you don't make a sound, you will make a big splash. Isn't this too exaggerated? Can he be more perverted? After Chen Fan dealt with these monsters, he quickly went back to find Ye Yuqing. Ye Yuqing was practicing with all her heart and soul, and suddenly felt someone approaching, and quickly opened her eyes. When she saw that it was Chen Fan, she relaxed. Didn't you go to rest? Don't dare to sleep. Hearing Ye Yuqing's words, Chen Fan's head was full of black lines. What do you mean by don't dare to sleep? I was in her heart. What is the image? A coward? No, I have a big discovery. Follow me. Chen Fan said with a smile. Another discovery? Can you make a discovery even when you are sleeping? Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan with a puzzled look. She felt that she could not understand him more and more. Why did he discover new situations every time? This. I will explain it to you on the way. Hurry up, otherwise it will be too late. Chen Fan didn't care whether Ye Yuqing agreed or not, and directly pulled her up. Ye Yuqing looked at a loss, but still followed Chen Fan all the way. When she saw the third-level monsters on the ground, Ye Yuqing couldn't help but widen her eyes. So many. All third-level monsters. All dead. Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan in surprise. Not dead yet, but only one breath left. Hurry, the opportunity will not come again. Hurry up and kill them. This way you can get the third-level monster pill. Chen Fan said hurriedly. Wait a minute. Chen Fan, do you think I'm stupid? How could these monsters gather here for no reason? And they are dying, waiting to be killed. And how did you find out? What did you do behind my back? Look at what he said, and look at the questioning look. If you don't know, you might think Chen Fan is cheating. What do you think I can do? If I have the ability to kill these monsters, why would I go back to find you? Don't ask anymore, kill them first. This is a lot of wealth, and the meat of the third-level monster will be of great help to your body refining. Don't hesitate. Kill. Chen Fan urged hurriedly. Okay, after killing these monsters, you can give me an explanation. Ye Yuqing also knew that now was not the time to talk nonsense, so she took a deep breath and walked towards the third-level monsters in front of her. Damn, what a talent, she doesn't even blush when she lies. I feel that Ye Yuqing will be sold out by Chen Fan sooner or later. Isn't Chen Fan too cunning? Yes, he tells a lot of lies. Is he a big liar? Ah, a man's mouth is a lie, a scumbag. Fuck, how can this be called a scumbag? Are you sick? Humph, it's a scumbag. I think you are stupid. The real world is full of discussions, but Chen Fan is immersed in a sea of joy. Get 100 times crit reward for teammates. Get 100 times crit reward for teammates. Get 1,000 times crit reward for teammates. Get 10,000 times crit reward for teammates. The reward has changed. Ha! 10,000 times. Change. Chapter 16. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Obtain a 5th grade top grade demon pill. Obtain a 5th grade red flame tiger heart. Obtain a 5th grade red blood grass point 10,000 times critical strike. Quantitative change becomes qualitative change. Chen Fan did not expect that there would be such an unexpected surprise. 5th grade top grade demon pill, this is definitely a treasure. After all, 5 grade demon beasts are at the Dao Palace level, let alone top grade ones. Just this 5th grade top grade demon pill, I am afraid it will cause a fight in the entire northern border. Chen Fan can be sure that the Nonly royal family cannot eat this thing, and he dare not take it. Demon pills and red flame tiger hearts are both materials needed for alchemy, and none of them can be used at present. Only this red blood grass makes Chen Fan feel more useful. 5th grade red blood grass, after taking it, can strengthen the body. Isn't this something prepared for body refining? Fuck, is Chen Fan a loser? These monsters are already lying there and cannot be moved, but he still lets Ye Yuqing kill them. Damn, let Ye Yuqing do everything. Is he a grown man, just a decoration? It's so shameful. Sister Yuqing is so pitiful, she actually has such a teammate. What do you know? Can those monsters lie there motionless for no reason? That's all Chen Fan's credit. Chen Fan's credit? Can you fucking give me some billion? Do you think we are fools? It's Chen Fan's credit. Didn't you see Chen Fan's perspective? Just now, Chen Fan knocked out these monsters by himself, and then waited for Ye Yuqing, the one who finished the fight. Fuck you, how come there are a few lackeys of Chen Fan here? If you like Chen Fan, go see Chen Fan, get out of here. I'm still fucking you, who the hell are you scolding? A bunch of idiots. It's obvious that Chen Fan is more powerful. Don't talk if you don't understand, a bunch of idiots. No picture, no truth. If you have the guts, take out the video, otherwise don't talk nonsense here. It's too shameful to argue with you guys, you have no quality. Sure enough, those who like Chen Fan are all uncultured people, just like Chen Fan. The outside was noisy, and soon, many viewers on Chen Fan's side also ran to Ye Yuqing's side to debate with everyone. It's a pity that Chen Fan's audience is too small, so it's hard for such a small number of people to withstand large-scale attacks, and they can only choose to endure it in the end, but they believe that sooner or later, Chen Fan will slap these people in the face. They are sure that he will. Okay. I got more than 100 third-level demon pills and other treasures. Chen Fan, can you explain now? After killing all the third-level demon beasts, Ye Yuqing began to look at Chen Fan seriously. What to explain? By the way, it's a pity to leave so many demon beast corpses here. Tell me, is there any way to put these corpses into the backpack? Chen Fan did not intend to talk in depth, but directly used the subject change technique. Backpack? How do I put this in? Ye Yuqing frowned slightly and asked in confusion. I don't know either, let's try using mental power. Then you go first. Ye Yuqing always felt that Chen Fan was hiding something from her, so this time she simply chose to let Chen Fan try first and watch from the side. Okay. Chen Fan smiled and shook his head, then walked to the side of the demon beast corpse, stared at it, and then put his hand on the demon beast. With a thought, the monster touched by the palm disappeared, and the next moment, it appeared in the backpack in the mark. It really works. Chen Fan looked back at Ye Yuqing, and seeing that she was staring at him motionlessly, he held back what he wanted to say. Let me take these things. I am a support, so I should do this physical work. Chen Fan smiled slightly, and then put all the corpses of more than 100 monsters into the backpack. Physical work, haven't I always been doing it? Chen Fan, don't change the subject. Now the corpses of the monsters have been dealt with. Tell me, how did you find out? We are teammates and rely on each other. I hope you don't hide anything from me. Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan with a serious expression. She didn't like having a teammate who kept his secrets from her, which made her feel very insecure. Hey, you are really smart. I know I can't hide it from you. Actually, my talent is not an encyclopedia. Chen Fan's words made Ye Yuqing and everyone watching the live broadcast at this time nervous, especially the senior officials of Longhua, who quickly ordered people to prepare records. It's not an encyclopedia, so what is it? Ye Yuqing did not feel ashamed because of her previous self-righteousness. On the contrary, she hoped that Chen Fan had other talents, but you guessed one thing right. I am an auxiliary. My perception ability is very strong and my speed is very fast. These are all incidental. The real talent is confinement. I can confine the enemy. Of course, this is limited, and this limitation is related to you. Hearing Chen Fan's words, Ye Yuqing was a little confused. How could it be related to herself? The stronger your strength is, the stronger the enemy I can confine is. It's really just an auxiliary function. Chen Fan hastily found a reason, although he knew that this reason was not perfect, but at least from Ye Yuqing's expression, it seemed that she believed it, confinement. Why do I feel that Chen Fan is lying? Can confinement alone be so powerful? Yes, these monsters were not imprisoned, they were completely defeated by him. Chen Fan's die-hard fans saw the whole process clearly, they can be sure that Chen Fan lied again. This liar. There is no hope. Wait a minute. Something is wrong. My strength is only the 4th level of the innate realm, far from being a match for the 3rd level monsters. How can you imprison so many 3rd level monsters? Ye Yuqing thought carefully and found that there was a problem. I can't fight against the 3rd level monsters, but Chen Fan can do it with just an assistant. I said, your strength determines my ability to imprison. My biggest limit now is to imprison these 3rd level primary monsters. If they are stronger, I can't do anything. Let's leave here first. This area is the territory of the 3rd level monsters, it's not safe. After Chen Fan finished speaking, he pulled Ye Yuqing away from this place of trouble. Imprisonment. Analyze, how credible is Chen Fan's words this time, that the high-level officials of Longhua also frowned at this time, and they were full of doubts about Chen Fan's words. I don't think it's credible at all. Ye Yuqing doesn't have our God's perspective, so she can be fooled by Chen Fan. Anyone who has seen Chen Fan's perspective will not believe his nonsense. Perhaps, Chen Fan doesn't care whether we believe it or not. What he wants is. It's just that Ye Yuqing believes it, that's all. Chapter 17. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Fan, where are you taking me? That while walking, Ye Yuqing found that Chen Fan seemed to be walking towards the outskirts of Lingyun mountain range. To Fenwu City. Fenwu City. Didn't you say you would stay in Lingyun mountain range for another day? No need now. With these 3rd level demon pills, we have enough to exchange for some spiritual stones for cultivation and buying treasures. Chen Fan had already made this plan when he killed the 3rd level demon beast. After all, staying here is a waste of time. For Chen Fan and Ye Yuqing, time is the most precious. 1 month later, when the gold list is settled, if they cannot be on the list, both of them will be eliminated. I'm fine, but don't you need to rest? That every time Ye Yuqing practices, it is the best rest, but what about Chen Fan? It's almost dawn, there is no need to rest, and I'm not tired or sleepy. Young and healthy. Chen Fan said with a smile. Seeing that Chen Fan was still in the mood to joke, Ye Yuqing didn't say anything else, but when the two were about to reach the periphery, Chen Fan suddenly stopped. What's wrong? Someone. Huh? Someone again. Chen Fan once again sensed someone's breath before Ye Yuqing, but after the previous explanation, Ye Yuqing didn't think much about it. This is the periphery of Lingyun mountain range. It should be other people who come here to hunt 1st level monsters. Ye Yuqing guessed. I feel that these two people are a little different. Chen Fan frowned slightly. For some reason, he had a feeling in his heart that these two people might not be aboriginals. Two people. Could it be, that Ye Yuqing was not a fool? When she heard two people, she was more sensitive. Chen Fan nodded to Ye Yuqing, indicating that he thought the same as her. Let's go and take a look. Chen Fan and the others were ready to check it out, and the people of Longwo were also very excited at this time. After so many days in the secret realm, are we finally going to meet contestants from other countries? Report. The contestants from Curry Country are currently in Lingyan Mountains. The contestants from Curry Country are probably the ones that Chen Fan and his team are about to meet. The senior officials of Dragon Country will, of course, organize people to keep a close eye on the situation of contestants from other countries. Contestants from Curry Country? Are they the two guys who are proficient in controlling beasts? Keep watching, we can only be spectators now. Yes. The appearance of Chen Fan and the other person did not attract the attention of the contestants from Curry Country. At this time, the two were very proud and excited. Finally, they had their first controlled beast. How could they not be excited? The contestants from Curry Country, Caperlo and Kamahan, were very happy at this time. The two looked at each other and felt that they finally had the capital to gain a foothold in this world. Although it is only a first-level monster, we already have the capital to grow. I have inquired about it. In this world, there is still a force that specializes in controlling beasts. As long as we use our talents and join them, I believe that we can successfully make the list soon. The two of us will represent Curry Country and become the first to be on the list. Capullo is very confident. In his opinion, other people cannot have better talents than him. It is even uncertain whether other people have talents. The citizens of Curry Country are also very excited at this time. Although they can't understand what the two people are talking about, they also understand that they must have a certain strength. Chen Fan, they seem to be real players. I saw the marks on their wrists. But, they don't seem to be golden. In the dark, Ye Yuqing carefully observed the two players from Curry Country. Well, it's not gold, it looks like a red mark. Could it be that the marks are different? It depends on the situation. The talent these two people have obtained should be beast control. Do you think it's possible that the talents they have obtained are different because of the different marks? Chen Fan also analyzed it and thought that this possibility was the biggest. It makes sense. It seems that these two people should not be a threat to us. The only people we should really pay attention to are the Aborigines. Hearing Ye Yuqing's words, Chen Fan shook his head. There are indeed many super geniuses among the Aborigines, but geniuses are not scary. What is scary is people who cheat. There are 200 countries and 400 contestants on Blue Star. Who knows if there will be stronger talents? All of this is unknown at present. The most important thing is that Chen Fan has always felt that the secret realm is definitely not that simple. The emergence of the secret realm is the biggest problem. It's like there is a super powerful existence behind the scenes manipulating all this. They are just game participants in the cage. What? Is there a problem? Seeing Chen Fan shaking his head, Ye Yuqing frowned slightly and asked in confusion. Nothing. I was just thinking, what do you think will happen if we kill the contestants? Chen Fan's words shocked Ye Yuqing's heart. Killing. This is something she never dared to think about, let alone try. Not only Ye Yuqing, all the audiences in Longwo were stunned at this time. They have watched a lot of live broadcasts, but never so exciting. Although they know that this is not an ordinary live broadcast, they are still a little uncomfortable when it comes to the step of killing. Fuck, is Chen Fan crazy? He wants to kill people. What's the matter? This is a secret realm. It's either you or me. Players from other countries are hostile to us. But does he have the ability to kill? In the end, we still have to trouble Ye Yuqing to take action. That's true, but I'm looking forward to the next scene. I'm excited just thinking about it. No, I don't dare to watch it anymore. If there is really a murder, it's too bloody, right? The audience of Dragon Country was nervous and excited. Many adults have chosen to stop their young children from watching the live broadcast, because they are worried that the next scene may have a certain impact on their minds. The top leaders of Curry Country have also received the news at this time. What? The contestants from Dragon Country are near our contestants? Do they still want to kill our contestants? Damn it. Damn Dragon Country. Help me get in touch with the top leaders of Dragon Country right away. Yes. The Curry Country reacted very quickly and immediately contacted the top leaders of Dragon Country. Regarding the call from Curry Country, the top leaders of Dragon Country naturally understood what they wanted to do. Sorry, we can't do anything. We have no ability to stop everything that happened in the secret realm. Also, please pay attention to your attitude. Dragon Country has never been afraid of any threats. Besides, do you still have the ability to threaten us? Goodbye, no. I believe we will never have the chance to see each other again. That the top leaders of Dragon Country were not afraid of the threat from Curry Country, and they really had no way to contact Chen Fan. Once the two contestants from Curry Country were killed, Curry Country would also be completely destroyed. Perhaps, Curry Country will be the first victim. Chapter 18. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Damn Dragon Country. That the attitude of the Dragon Country's top brass made Curry Country very angry, but they were powerless now. Notify everyone to prepare for a first-level battle. Use the whole country's strength to aim all weapons of mass destruction at Dragon Country. All weapons that can enter Dragon Country's range will be used. That this decision immediately caused dissatisfaction among many Curry Country's top brass. Our military strength is far inferior to that of Longwa. If we do this and anger Longwa, the consequences will be disastrous. Longwa is no longer what it used to be. At this point, they will no longer engage in foreign policy. That's right, this is definitely not a wise choice. Confused, what is a wise choice? Have you figured out our current situation? Once our two players are killed, what will be our fate? Are we going to sit and wait for death? Even if we really perish, we will never let Longwa have an easy time. Do as I say. As long as Longwa's players attack our personnel, immediately launch a devastating attack on Longwa. Faced with this situation, Curry Country has only this one way. Is this really the only way left? Will Longwa's players really take action? I hope they won't. The top leaders of Curry Country don't want to face this situation, but now, they are truly passive, facing the first encounter that might break out among the players in the secret realm. Both Dragon Country and Curry Country attach great importance to it. In the secret realm, Ye Yuqing was also somewhat hesitant about Chen Fan's proposal. I dare not. Ye Yuqing's reaction was very real. Monsters are, after all, just animals, but they are different from ordinary animals. But killing. Ye Yuqing really can't make up her mind. She hasn't stepped over this hurdle in her heart yet. I understand, but sometimes, you have to step over this hurdle. If you can't kill decisively, do you know what the consequences are? The consequence is that you will be 3 points weaker than the enemy. Even if the strength is equal, you can't exert your full strength. What awaits you in the end may be being killed by others. Hearing Chen Fan's words, Ye Yuqing's expression did not ease at all. I understand the truth. But. Or, you go and kill. Ye Yuqing directly kicked the problem to Chen Fan, kill by yourself. Chen Fan felt that he had the ability and could overcome this psychological barrier, but there was no need. I understand your feelings, and I know that you can't convince yourself for a while. But I want to kill, but I can't. I can only imprison the opponent, whose attack power is weak and has no harm. Chen Fan spread his hands helplessly. Ha! You, let me be alone. Ye Yuqing knew that she had to pass this level. Even if Chen Fan took action this time, would she not take action next time? Okay, you calm down, I'll observe the two of them, don't run away later. After Chen Fan finished speaking, he ignored Ye Yuqing and looked at the two players from Curry Country. Ha! What are they going to do? It didn't matter if he looked at it, but Chen Fan's scalp was numb. Fuck, it can't be. The two players from Curry Country had a lewd smile on their faces. The straight eyes made the two monsters feel numb all over. It seemed that they had a premonition of what was going to happen next. The two of them went around the monster on the left and right, and this action scared the monster so much that it whimpered. The scene that followed was simply unbearable to watch. Even though Chen Fan was knowledgeable, He was also willing to admit defeat at this moment. In terms of nature, it has to be the third brother, that at this time, both the Dragon Country and the Curry Country were already in an uproar, especially in Curry Country, countless insults occupied all the live broadcast rooms. Such a despicable behavior made them feel humiliated, especially the senior officials of Curry Country. They wished they could rush in and kill these two scums. Why? Why do this? This is a live broadcast, don't they know that everything they do will be seen by others? Previously, the Curry Country was still laughing at the John Country players for not respecting themselves and using any means to achieve their goals, but this time it was their turn, and it was even more embarrassing. This was no longer selling out for a purpose, this was purely for the sake of desire and making a fool of themselves. Ha 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 ha, damn, this is too fierce, even a monster can do this? Who can resist such a cute monster? Fuck, I can't watch it anymore, this is bloodier than John's Country. No, I have to wash my eyes, I don't want my eyes anymore. Hey, why are they so dirty? I vomited. Such a scene is really not something that ordinary people can appreciate. Chen Fan also felt a little spicy at this time, so he turned around quickly and didn't want to become a blind man. Huh? What figure? That at this time, Ye Yuqing heard a strange voice, and before Chen Fan could dissuade her, she had turned her head. Ah! Dirty! Dirty! Ye Yuqing never dreamed that she could see such an amazing scene. Ye Yuqing turned her head quickly. Her face flushed at this time, and her eyes were full of disgust and contempt. He rubbed his eyes vigorously with both hands, as if he wanted to erase everything he had just seen. Ye Yuqing's exclamation also attracted the attention of Capurlo and Kamahan. The two did not expect that there would be someone nearby at this place and time. The two quickly stopped their crazy actions, put on their clothes, and looked at the monsters with a trace of regret and nostalgia. Just with such a look, the two monsters wanted to die at this time. A man can be killed but not humiliated. It's really disappointing. I want to see who disturbed me. It sounds like a woman. How about we make up for it on her? Ha ha ha, and it would be more comfortable if there was a woman. The laughter of the two was unscrupulous and very obscene. When the conversation and laughter of the two entered Ye Yuqing's ears, Ye Yuqing's whole state changed dramatically. Ye Yuqing's eyes were cold and fierce. There's a chance. Seeing this scene, Chen Fan knew very well that Ye Yuqing had already had the intention to kill. They really deserve to die. People like this should never continue to live in this world. At this moment, Ye Yuqing's heart was completely filled with anger and disgust. He jumped up high. Dragon Palm. Not good. The Dragon Country people are taking action. Attack. Aim at the direction of the Dragon Country and launch an attack. Chapter 19. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Curry Country reacted very quickly, almost in sync with Ye Yuqing. This side was also connected to the military phone. The moment the order was issued, the military had already started to act, but no matter how fast they were not faster than Ye Yuqing. A move of turning Dragon Palm. A dragon roar appeared. Ye Yuqing attacked in a rage, leaving no room for holding back. Capullo and Kamahan were also scared to death by Ye Yuqing's amazing momentum. They thought that they had the strength to survive here because they had a monster, but they didn't know that they were just stronger than ordinary people. Spare. Before the word life came out, Ye Yuqing's attack had arrived. With a loud bang, the two contestants from Curry Country were killed instantly. Such a bloody scene made many people feel uncomfortable, even though they were just watching the live broadcast. But everyone knows that this is not a movie, not a TV series. All of this is happening in real life. Really, did they really kill someone? Too cruel. I suddenly don't yearn for the secret realm at all. So scary. This is the secret realm. Just a disagreement, killing people. What is human life? In this secret realm, is human life really worthless? A bunch of idiots. Do they need to be in the secret realm? Isn't it the same in our real life? Without ability, it's just a cheap life. Don't forget, we don't live in a peaceful era, we just live in a peaceful country. The strong prey on the weak, the strong are respected. I think Ye Yuqing did the right thing. She is great, a heroine. that everyone in Longwo was talking about it, but Chen Fan kept staring at Ye Yuqing's direction. Chen Fan wanted to see what difference would be made if he killed the contestant. This is. Get 100 times crit from teammates. Teammate strength is increased to the 5th level of Xiantian realm. With 100 times crit, the strength is increased to the 3rd level of Transcendent realm. Get 100 times crit from teammates. Teammate strength is increased to the 6th level of Xiantian realm. With 100 times crit, the strength is increased to the 4th level of Transcendent realm. When the 2 Curry Country players were killed, there was no white light like killing monsters. Instead, 2 red lights appeared and rushed directly into Ye Yuqing's body. Immediately afterwards, Ye Yuqing's strength was improved, and her cultivation instantly increased to the 6th level of Xiantian realm. Experience. Isn't this the experience in the legend? But, experience has become a realm improvement. Chen Fan was not excited about the improvement of strength, but looked at Ye Yuqing with some worry. At this time, Ye Yuqing's face was pale. It was obvious that the experience of killing for the first time brought her great psychological pressure, even her own cultivation improvement. Ye Yuqing didn't seem to notice. Ye Yuqing lowered her head and said nothing. She did not look at the body of the Curry Country player, but turned around and walked out of the Lingyun Mountains. Chen Fan just followed silently, leaving her alone for a while. In the real world, at this moment, it seemed as if the whole world had quieted down. Death. A player from a participating country died in the secret realm. At this moment, both Curry Country and Dragon Country seemed to fall into silence. In the entire Blue Star, it was not only these 2 countries that paid attention to this incident. Curry Country, perhaps others did not care, but Dragon Country, they had to pay attention. All countries that watched Chen Fan or Ye Yuqing's perspective knew about this major event. Nothing. We're fine. So, we don't have to die. Great, great. I thought I was going to die. I was scared to death. Report, all our large-scale thermal weapons are completely ineffective and can no longer be used. What? That the senior officials of Curry Country suddenly heard the report from the military and broke out in a cold sweat. All large-scale thermal weapons are ineffective. Can't be used normally. Doesn't this mean that Curry Country will become a toothless tiger? At the mercy of others? Is this a punishment for us? That just when everyone in Curry Country had already survived, a suffocating voice came from the sky. All contestants from Curry Country died. Curry Country, eliminated. This voice in the sky, like a judgment of fate, made everyone in Curry Country panic. At the same time, it also let everyone in the entire Blue Star know one thing, that is, the consequences are really not something they can bear. No, I don't want it. Why should we all be buried with them if they die? I don't agree. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Save me, who can save me? That the Curry Country was filled with wailing and public resentment. Even ants try to survive, let alone humans. Then, a few seconds later, the entire Curry Country was silent. All the people of Curry Country were wiped out from this world at this moment. Only some citizens of other countries who remained in Curry Country stood there in panic, their minds blank. Gone, really gone. Fuck, what gone? Don't scare me. My neighbor is from Curry Country. I just went over to take a look. The whole family has disappeared. I clearly heard their voices just now, but now I can't find them. I also found that the people from Curry Country just disappeared out of thin air. Wow, what's going on? My husband is from Curry Country, and now he's gone. He disappeared right in front of me. Fuck, there are so many people in Dragon Country. If you don't look for someone, why do you look for someone from Curry Country? Are you cheap? Are you comfortable now? Are you satisfied? I still want to advise you here, don't think that everything is good abroad. How are you now? Do you regret it? Okay, let's stop discussing it. Let's be glad that we were born in Dragon Country, and we should be even more glad that Ye Yuqing and Chen Fan are both pretty good. That's right, all we can do now is to cheer for them silently. Tension, fear, uneasiness, and other factors are lingering in the hearts of everyone on Blue Star. At the moment when Curry Country disappeared, everyone was no longer in a relaxed mood. this is not a game, nor is it just a simple live broadcast of a secret realm. Everyone knows that this is about their own destiny, but they don't feel it deeply, until this moment. They really understand what it means to be connected by a thread of fate. Now, the eyes of the world are focused on Dragon Country. Condemn, we must severely condemn Longwa. What they did was completely inhumane and violated the spirit of competition. That's right, since it's a competition, it must be fair. Why do they use tricks in the game? Why do they kill people? We can't just sit there and wait for death. We absolutely can't just sit there and wait for death. We must let Longwa know that their actions will only bring disaster. Chapter 20. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck. What a bunch of stupid idiots. They are still thinking about condemning Dragon Country. How stupid. The United States, which has always regarded itself as the world's police and the embodiment of justice, naturally received help from other countries at this moment. They hope that the United States can stand up and take the lead in condemning Dragon Country. If it were in the past, the United States would be very happy, because he has won the hearts of the people and the support of most countries. But now, the world has changed. The war outside is insignificant. The war that can really determine everyone's fate is in the secret realm. Tell them that our United States is the embodiment of justice and will never easily criticize and condemn anyone or any country. We are currently doing our best to crack the secret of the secret realm as soon as possible. For the peace of all mankind and the future of Blue Star, in the future, we will share this technology with everyone without reservation. The words of the President of the United States, goodbye, shocked everyone. Unconditional sharing. What about Dragon Country this time? Are we not going to respond? Ha, is it useful to respond? Is it useful to destroy Dragon Country? Even if all the people in the world die, as long as we can't contact the secret realm, one day, our ending will be the same as Curry Country. However, technology can be shared unconditionally in the future, but now, they should understand that there is no free lunch in the world. Any resources that my country lacks, I hope they can provide for free. Do you understand what I mean? Goodbye is not a fool. He knows what is the most important thing now, and the status and leading technology of the country have become very important at this moment. Other countries may not believe it, but they have to believe it. They have to gamble. Knowing that the country is putting out an open conspiracy this time, it is to harvest resources, but even if they are unwilling, they can only take it out obediently in order to protect themselves in the future. In the real world, everyone's mentality has changed, and in the secret realm, Ye Yuqing's heart is the same. Chen Fan has been following behind Ye Yuqing. Ye Yuqing looked very calm, but at this moment, she was struggling with her mind and body. Her slightly trembling hands had betrayed her true feelings. With a plop. Ye Yuqing jumped directly into a small river not far away. Chen Fan sighed, walked to the side to find dry firewood, and lit a fire directly. Chen Fan knew that what Ye Yuqing needed now was to vent all the negative emotions in her heart. Otherwise, the hostility in her body could not be released, and there would be big psychological problems. In his previous life, Chen Fan had read many books. Killers or butchers all have special little quirks. Some people are not psychopaths, but after their first murder or slaughter, intentionally or unintentionally, the heart is released through some method, and psychological hints will be obtained. The next time the same thing happens, it will naturally do so. Over time, a kind of dependence and a habit is formed. Some people may be alcoholics, some may look for women, and some may even do volunteer work. There are all kinds of things, but in the final analysis, there is only one purpose: inner release. After a long time, Ye Yuqing finally walked out of the river. She walked straight to where Chen Fan was and sat directly by the campfire. Are you feeling better? Chen Fan asked softly. Yes, much better. Ye Yuqing nodded, and she looked much calmer. It's the first time, so it's inevitable that you will feel a little uncomfortable. What if it's you? Will you be like this after you kill someone for the first time? Ye Yuqing's question made Chen Fan silent for a while, and then he smiled at Ye Yuqing. I'm different. I'm born perverted, and I may be more cold-blooded. Chen Fan shrugged his shoulders, but it's not that he didn't feel any pain when he was talking, but Chen Fan had hinted to himself from the beginning that everything here was NPC to him. Would you feel sad if you killed an NPC in a game? Would you feel uncomfortable? No, no one would. But Ye Yuqing had never played a game, so even if Chen Fan told her this, she would not understand it at all. Am I useless? Faced with Chen Fan's easy and frank answer, Ye Yuqing asked with some shame. You are useless. Then am I even more useless? There is no perfect person in the world. Why think so much? Didn't you find that your cultivation has been improved by 2 levels? Chen Fan looked at Ye Yuqing with a smile. Cultivation, that at this time, Ye Yuqing realized that she had actually been promoted to the 6th level of the Xiantian realm. When did this improve? Why didn't I feel anything? After Ye Yuqing killed someone, her mind was blank, and she didn't know anything about what happened at that time. After Chen Fan told her the story, Ye Yuqing knew what happened. In other words, when we kill the same contestant, we will transfer the other party's cultivation to us. And how much can be transferred depends entirely on the strength of the other party. But are the strengths of these 2 people enough for me to improve by 2 levels? These 2 people are not very strong. Although they have a 1st-level monster as a partner, they have not broken through the Xiantian realm, so she felt that Chen Fan's analysis seemed a little inaccurate. I have also thought about the problem you mentioned. But judging from the current situation, there seems to be no more reasonable explanation. Could it be that 1 life equals 1 level of cultivation? If that's the case, why don't we find all the contestants and kill them one by one? You are at the 6th level of Xiantian now. If you kill 14, you will be at the supernatural realm. If you kill 20 more, won't you be directly at the Xiantai realm? There are 400 people in total. Excluding us, there are more than 300 people to kill. Will you be directly invincible? Chen Fan's seemingly joking words scared people from other countries in the real world. If they are really afraid of these 2 people and really do this, won't they also end up like the curry country? You are not really going to do this, are you? Ye Yuqing looked at Chen Fan in shock. Ye Yuqing knew the consequence of doing so, that is, there would be no country in the entire Blue Star except Dragon Country. Well, just kidding, we are lucky to encounter it today. This land of immortality is too big. Maybe a month has passed before we find the next 2 contestants. It is still important to improve your cultivation. Come, eat meat. I roasted a lot of monster meat for you. Chen Fan's words made everyone in the real world feel relieved. Are you kidding? How many people were almost scared to death by your joke? Those with weak psychological endurance were already in shock at this time. No way, eating again. Do you think I'm a pig?